ripped one up the middle, but unfortunately, the guy was right there.
Yeah, even they don't have the shift anymore. It's still.
Yeah, it's still kind of a shift.
You can play as far to the line as you can. You just can't overload the side.
Oh, that ain't
All right, there's the final.
right. Dodgers drop another series. Way to go, Big Blue.
Okay. Okay.
Boogity, 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 boogity.
Fjords. John, Eric, Melissa, Dave, good to see y'all. Mr. Enigma, always great. I don't know if you can hear us yet, but love to see you guys in. Thanks so much. Hey, Ricky Riley. Here we go. Good times. Where are all my pop-outs? Okay, there's one chat. I don't need to be looking at myself. I can just have chats up. There's those two. How can I pop out this? Weedy.
Hey, Weedy.
Big Jake.
Glad you got here early.
Hey, Fred. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Rick Travis. Look at that. Ricky, the auction was awesome.
We'll be covering that.
Oh, yeah.
We're on. I know.
Okay.
The Gunslingers, brought to you from behind the Iron Curtain on Radio Free California.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network, baby.
That's us.
Post-auction, folks.
day after auction. How you feeling?
I was exhausted yesterday. I'm a little more so today.
Yeah, it was a great day, but it was a long one. Let me tell you. We'll get into some highlights and maybe a low light or two throughout the show.
Not too many, but you know what? You always have your dips and dives. But
Sure.
For the most part, it was another great option.
Well, I can tell you that the stuff that was high end got the high end money.
Yes, sir.
And then, there were a lot of good deals. And I've talked to about 6 or 7 guys that are in the biz since yesterday. And everybody in California across the board is flatlining right now.
Well, I can imagine. I mean,
And why?
dun, dun, dun. Well, I guess when Rick comes on, we can talk.
Yeah, well,
we can ask him again.
It's that 11% excise tax or
Bananas.
fee or whatever the hell you want to call it. But when you add that to a buyer's premium, then you got to add your whatever 7.75 in Anaheim tax,
Regular
and then you
tax already.
add 11% on top of that. Now you're 15, you're 26, you're 33 and a quarter.
Soon you're going to be paying 50% on top of what you've already bought.
Yeah, and it just it's not
making it worth it for Californians.
What happens, luckily for us,
yes, sir,
is the people. We had a ton of people there.
Oh, it was. I posted up pictures from there. Nice big crowd.
It was pretty close to standing room only there, which is great. But what's happened is just about 90% of our sales went online. So, we've been working with a couple of different companies, and we're picking up a whole bunch of online auction companies. We're just going to start doing a lot more online until California gets swatted and this stupid 11% thing what we called the zombie bill, because it kept coming back to life.
Never really dies.
Well, it died, and it's against the law, but this is California, and when they want to do something against the law,
they're ready to break it.
Just okay. So,
rules for the...
Yeah. Well, the Democratic credo, do as I say and shut the F up about it.
Oh, yeah. And stop bringing it up because you're making me look bad.
Yeah. So, anyway, we had some real highlights, some stuff that just went really crazy.
Man, and you guys, seriously, anyone looking for firearms, and yes, we deal in a lot of things, the whole swath of your historical, your modern day, and all that. But there were some real deals out there. You guys really missed out because some people didn't, and they got some stuff on the good buck.
Oh man, and it's Anaheim's not Los Angeles, but we're Southern Californians, so everybody has to make an appearance, and then of course they have to do the leave early because they're too important to be able to stick the whole thing out. Anybody that stuck the whole thing out got some fantastic.
Oh yes, because
for really reasonable prices.
600 guns, and if you stayed for the last 100, you walked away with some real gems.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
so,
you did.
And in fact, this is a live show, of course, and we do have phones here.
Yes, we
do.
do.
You know what, Jimmy? Just for the hell of it, give them the phone number.
Start it off now. Let's go with 866-870-5752. Once again, 866-870-5752, and we are live on all the streaming services. So if you want to leave your comment or question there, I'm all over them. Got them all popped up. That's YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, X, Instagram. I'm all over all of them. Let's go.
If you were at the auction and you want to call in and tell us your experience, feel free. Give us a call. Of course, if you have anything bad to say, I'll just cut you off.
And let us know what you want. If you're on,
I got the power of the mouse right here.
Boom. Drop you quicker than a buck. No, but if you won something, tell us about your great win. Tell us all the whole experience. If you're online, let us know you're online, how it felt there.
If you don't want to talk about the firearm that you purchased, it's okay, but you can tell us what a good time you had.
Yeah.
That's good enough for us.
Either way, we love to hear you and just how your experience went.
Yeah. And then, of course, it's a million miles away, but next auction is June 7th and 8th.
We say that now.
Well, we're doing them like every 60 days, and it's not even 60 days because today's the 13th, and that's the 7th and 8th, so it's literally less than 2 months away. We're already I think as of yesterday, we're pretty much done with catalog day 1. So so on Tuesday we'll start building catalog day 2, and we're going to be right at about 600 guns each day.
Well, remember that we're going to be doing 600 guns each day, and then we're coming here after. So maybe we want to bump up Saturday to 700.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we're going to see when we get to 500 on Sunday. We're going to see where we're at as far as what we have left over, and we may do that. We may bump. Then again, Daniel is a workhorse, and even yesterday, I had him do more. I'm just getting too damn old.
I'm gonna start warming up my auctioneer voice and my ramble for you, because you guys might need someone to pinch hit.
You never know. I'm doing. Of course, Tim does the seal bids out in the audience, but I'm backing him up in case he has to bathroom it or he misses one or something. And then, of course, I've got you and Joe Pyle on phones and 2 or 3 other folks throughout the audience doing phone bidders and then and then I've got proxy bid on my phone through the whole thing because Jason wasn't there to do the proxy bid stuff right there next to me. So.
And shout out to Diane, I believe her name.
Diane, yeah.
She was an all-star in there. Yeah, thank you so much.
Diane and I go way back to when I first picked up proxy bid, which was just about 2005, I think. They were brand new, and we had only been doing auctions for like 2 years, and boy, that was I tell you, what a godsend they were to us as far as picking up, because I was really afraid when we first started doing auctions. It was a little scary. I was at the gun shows like I did for when I opened the store. I'm at the gun shows. I'm passing out flyers everywhere to anybody that would take them. And our first auction, I think we had about 30 people there, and we didn't have anything computerized set up yet, so we were basically writing stuff down and then sending it down to the checkout, and then the missus was having to try and figure out
what a process.
Yeah, but it was, the first one was brutal. And then we were at this American Legion Hall, and it was one of the few places that still allowed smoking for the members. And you'd walk through it, and your feet would like stick. You remember that? Yeah. Everywhere you went, everything you touched was just kind of like tobacco laden.
Ooh, I mean that stain on the walls and on the floor. You couldn't touch anything without
you really
feeling
couldn't. And of course, when you'd call there, hello. Yeah. Can I speak to Sarah? This is Sarah.
This is Sarah. How can I help you? Yo.
Oh man, we've come a ways.
You know what? I mean, from the different places we've been, from hotels to Elks Lodges to this and that, and now being at the Highway 39 Event Center. You guys got to go online and check out the pictures that we've posted.
Well, and Richard, of course, is our IT guy that does all the computer stuff, and he took a bunch of videos. There's online. If you go to what are the online thingies?
So at right now on any of the streams on YouTube and Rumble and X, just look up Gunslinger Radio or Gunslinger Auctions, and you'll go ahead and be able to see all those pictures. And if you know either of us on Facebook or Instagram, I posted up a bunch of pictures out there. Jimmy the Gent, just go ahead and jump on there, and you can see all the beautiful cars. Just the aesthetic of the whole place.
There's the place, and I'm telling you, they rent this place out for birthday parties, and they have hot rod shows there. They have their own every third Sunday. They're having a big wig thing on Father's Day, and I got invited to it yesterday,
man.
and we're gonna try to go. I just need to get back because, of course, Father's Day is our next.
I'm sorry, motor slingers.
There you go. That's our next. Leon the Motorman will be here in studio with us with his friend George the Airplane Man.
How cool is that going to be?
And speaking of airplanes, let's get to Richard at the airport. Richard, how are you?
Solid segue.
Thank you kindly.
You intergalactic gunslinger.
Thank you kindly. What's going on, Richard?
I want to know, I don't understand how the floating barrel works on a sniper rifle.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain in a minute. It works really well. How's that?
Hey.
Is that a good enough dodge for we don't have time to really get into it? Basically, what it is it floats up above the stock, so you can actually put a dollar bill through there, and the thinking behind it is when you shoot the barrel literally kind of whips, and if it's free floating, it doesn't have that stock holding it into place to make it an odd whip. So again, it's kind of a Reader's Digest version of it, but that's the point behind it. And we're already running out of time. Richard, you got a joke for us?
Yeah. Did you hear about this guy? He got arrested for stealing 11 bottles of whiskey, but they had to let him go because they couldn't make a case out of 11 bottles.
Missed it by that much.
Oh, Richard, thanks so much.
We'll talk to you next week.
God bless you.
Have a good and happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Take care. All right. I always put this one in for Jimmy.
Oh, this is good stuff.
Hey, you know what? When we get back, we got Rick from the CRPA. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And Donovan's going to take us right on out of here.
Come on, baby.
To feel you all around me.
I love that song, too.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of my sister.
Oh, hey, look at us.
Put the headphones on so you can hear it.
Gunslinger is a huge gun several times a year. Our next humongous
Auctions.com.
I can see why you think you belong to me.
I don't remember the damn words of it. Hum along, everybody.
Let you see one way for yourself. But now you're
I'm just not one else and I'm alone. I know how to play the damn thing, but I don't remember the words anymore. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And as promised, let's get to our friend Rick at the CRPA. Rick, how are you?
Welcome back,
I'm
Rick.
doing great. How you guys doing?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, before we get started,
Let me guess. Zombie bill, 11% excise tax question.
Nope.
Ooh.
Hey.
Shot heard around the world. When, where, how?
Yeah, it's coming up.
It is. There are multiple ranges statewide, and I'm going to go down and was going to give you one of the ranges in Orange County for you and I to meet as we previously spoke.
Okay, good deal. Because I do have, it's an 1836 Springfield musket flintlock.
I'll have to see if we can pull that one off indoors.
Oh, it's indoors.
Yeah.
Oh, hell's bells. Okay, well, I'll bring something else. Just let me. Does it have to be a blank, or are we just shooting?
No, we're shooting.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't worry about it. I was going to bring that because I was going to, just blank load it. But no, okay, I'll bring something.
This is the real deal. They shot real bullets. We're going to shoot real bullets.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
All right,
about.
very good. All right. So, what's going on?
Well, this was an incredible week. Number one, I'm smiling. You can't see it, but I'm smiling because the kids are on recess.
Hey, we can hear it in your voice, though.
But it was also a fantastic week. We had our Capitol Day. So Tuesday in the Capitol was really, really rough. We had multiple bills in committees, did a lot of fighting, but we were able to get a bill resurrected. So if you'll remember our CCW bill, Leticia Castillo's bill out of Corona, which was AB 1092, had been voted down, and we were able to get it reconsidered. So it's alive.
Nice.
Oh, sweet. That's good to hear. That's really good.
So we got our own zombie bill.
Yeah, so we have our own zombie bill.
Yeah, fight zombies with zombies.
So hopefully we can get a zombie bill passed at some point. But anyways, so we have it up. We also were able to take 50 volunteers. Our youngest was 11.
Wow.
And we were able to go and meet with numerous legislators, almost 60 of them, and great conversations. Our people let out some really good things. And thanks to the good work of one of our lobbying teams, they were all regional, we were able to get a meeting later in the afternoon where I went back and spoke with the member and got one of the bills on our list dropped. So that bill is now dead. And the member was like, hey, didn't understand everything, but now I do. Yep, not doing it. So that's the power of having citizens like that listen to this radio show, join a chapter, becoming part of our ledge teams, because when you go up and you say it with your voice and they hear you and you're a constituent, it makes a difference.
Amen.
And so it was so successful that we're having a women's only, although if guys want to come, we're not going to say no. But we're going to have a women's focused Capitol Day when they come back from the recess in early August. And so it looks like we'll be doing 2 Capitol Days a year now. So yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's great. That's great. Because, this community is for everyone. Like, let's not draw any lines anymore. It's for everyone.
Yeah, and one of the things I was really impressed, too, was I had, and you would have loved this, Jeff, we had 6 youth, 3 of which are state champions in different forms of shooting, from trap to skeet, and the other one, I forget what kind of rifle shooting he did, but all state champions, all trying to get scholarships out of state to go to schools. One of them got one to full ride to University of Tennessee, and it was really impressive to listen to them talk to legislators and be able to explain their positions, explain everything about the different bills. Very heartwarming to see that next generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? I maybe it's just escaped my mind. But speaking about the youth and all that, I remember it had to be about 2 years ago. There was that bill they were passing about kind of separating
2571, where we can't advertise, we can't recruit, we can't do anything.
That's
yes. And
Yep.
and then
It's a hot mess.
yeah, that's a ridiculous thing, especially because when you were trying to educate and train and get the youth excited for something like this, they put up something like that is utterly ridiculous, especially when what we're trying to do is educate. And
and a good example of utterly ridiculous, that was a great setup, Jimmy, was remember the 1 gun a month bill?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so then we all went to fight it, got into court, and what the court say? Oh, that's unconstitutional. And I'm not kidding you guys. This has got to be one of the most junior high. Actually, it's offensive to say it's to junior hires, but, like when my kids are in junior high, I would say, no, you can't have the oatmeal cookies. Well, what about the chocolate chip cookies? What about this cookie? What about that? Like, they didn't get the message was you're not having cookies before dinner. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So someone in Berman came up and amended one of his bills at the last minute on Tuesday to say you could only buy 3 firearms a month.
Yes.
Because what the court technically said was limited to just 1 a month was unconstitutional. But how about 3?
Come on, I mean, it's not the number; it's the fact that you're trying to do it, folks.
Right. And then tried to parade around. Nobody needs to buy more than 36 firearms in a year. So this is ridiculous. And so we got into a pretty heated exchange, and then had discussions outside in the hallway. So we're fighting that bill. We're trying to help him see the error of his ways. But that is now a bill that is in play, has been amended, and we're fighting it.
All right, well, they'll take every step into the garbage that they can.
I almost laughed in the middle of the meeting because I was like, you didn't understand. The court said unconstitutional. It wasn't the number; it was the act. But it's what we deal with all the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, they truly are children, and they're acting like spoiled brats.
Oh yes,
we didn't get our way. We'll just do it this way.
Well, how about this?
Yeah.
That's a horse of a different color. Still a horse.
If I can do a shout out to another business real quick.
Go ahead.
I just want to do a shout out to Turner's Outdoorsman. Bill Ortiz at Turner's has been a great ally. We've been fighting for a couple of bills in the Capitol. And one of the things that he has seen and realized is when I can get members of staff, and if I'm even fortunate enough to get a member out to shoot and meet the kids, meet the different people. We do it up at Yellow Sporting Grounds because it's closest to the Capitol. It makes it easy to make it happen. They donated all the ammo and all the clays for this year's shoot. And it's important to me because one of the most anti-2A people that I've ever met, Reggie Jones Sawyer, when he went out there, he was with a couple of the kids from the high school trap league, and he came back and said, these kids are saying they can't get scholarships. I'm like, yeah, because you guys passed that bill. Mm-hmm. And that we can't give them money. Yes, because you passed this bill. And we can't yes, because you passed that bill. And he was like, I didn't. And I said, we testified. And he goes, yeah, but I didn't take it serious. He goes, I feel like, Craig, there's kids out here in wheelchairs that can compete, and we're stopping them from going to school. Okay. And to his credit, he actually worked with some of the other people on his exit, on his way out, to say, you guys need to help correct this. And so we have some corrective language on a couple of bills. We'll see if it gets passed. But it's that kind of thing. If you can get some of these people out there, because a lot of these people are anti-Second Amendment, have never fired a gun, never been in the woods, never done anything.
I know.
And if we can get them exposed, some of them we can get to see the error of their feelings.
Well, and to add to that, Rick, really quick, yesterday at my auction, now there hundreds of people came in. They all, everybody had to check in. And what we were doing, there was a large line because I forgot to bring the check-in stuff. So it was late. So we had a large line. And what we were doing, because the CRPA booth was right next to the check-in. So my wife was saying, if you sign up for the CRPA, we'll cut you in front. And we got a whole bunch of people that got signed up just for that. But believe it or not, well, anything to help. But get this, Rick, more than 50 people in line after purchasing complained about, what is this 11% thing?
Didn't even know. So unaware.
Can you believe this?
I do, because I see it all the time. I hear about it all the time, and it's sad.
Yeah, it's amazing is what it is. Mm-hmm. These people...
I have a legislator who's a Democrat who just went, and they asked I not say their name, and I get it. But they went to go purchase a firearm, and they called me up and they said, "Are people messing with me?" And I'm like, "Why?" Because they say it could be longer than a 10-day wait, and I thought I just paid for it, so it's mine. And I said no, and then they were absolutely flabbergasted that they went through a background check and could buy ammo that day, but couldn't pick up their firearm. I'm like, "Yep, you all did that."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were just but I thought there were loopholes. I thought there was this. I mean, they were just flabbergasted.
I know.
And
Ignorance is not bliss, folks.
No.
yeah,
It's just plain ignorance. Anyway, Rick, we're running out of time for the segment. If anybody
contacted CRPA.org if you have questions. If you don't and you want to join, CRPA.org and join a chapter and join the Ledge team and work with us.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
very good, Rick. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Rick. God bless you.
And next week is Easter. We won't talk to you next week.
We won't.
We're going to do a best of show, so we'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
God bless you guys.
God bless you.
Okay, Rick.
Okay,
We'll talk to you later. See ya.
Have a good one.
All right.
And thanks to the guys in the booth, working the CRPA booth over at the Highway 39 Event Center. Thank you, gentlemen, for making it such a great out.
I understand we got quite a few people that got signed up, and oddly enough, when they were telling people it's the they didn't even know who the CRPA was.
Come on, guys.
I mean, it's just oy. Anyway, we'll be back right after this with phone calls. What's the number?
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
Give us a call, and we'll be right back.
Come on.
Strange suspicion that I'm being cheated on. A long time now. I can't remember the words to this one either. Something about. Oof, plus, it's way too high. I won't stand in your way anymore. Any questions on the...
So far, no, but Concerned got two wins at the Concerned over on the Rumble chat. Picked up 2 from it. Yep.
Good on you.
Let's see.
Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu.
Well, maybe he didn't buy it at our auction. I'm hoping he did, Concerned, but he did pick up 2 guns yesterday at the same time. Maybe it was. Hoping it was.
Well, Democrats get their way, that's going to be coming to a stop once again.
Mm-hmm. You guys hear it. You guys hear it here. We're not making it a secret. We're trying to make sure that everyone knows what kind of crazy stuff they're trying to pull on us.
And it's not crazy. It's outright illegal and stupid.
Mm-hmm. Just make your own. So Ricky Riley put up, someone needs to spank those kids in the state. And then Eric Peterson put, as Mel Brooks would say in Blazing Saddles, these things are defective. Oh, gosh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has refashioned the Republican Party to be the party for the working class, the party for the forgotten people, the party for the people that have lived in so-called Rust Belt cities like Cleveland, like Detroit, see them hollowed out because of unfair trade practices.
Concern said I got a Smith & Wesson 432 and 632 that just came on the list for California. Hate the list, but at least there's a few things coming on.
We're on right after this.
TheAnswer.com.
I was born in a barn. Mama died and my daddy got drunk. Put me into rock and roll in a place called Tobacco Road.
Rusty Shack, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yeah, all I had was hanging on my back. All right, this is where, you know what? This is the time when we start taking phone calls. What's the number?
You guys are going to want to call in right now at 866-870-5752.
Of course, we'll do that. And then in the next
Power.
packed hour, we'll take some more phone calls.
Yeah, and everyone, we see everyone online. Love our people in the comments on all the streams. You guys are the best. Doug, Melissa, Mr. Enigma, Concerned. Guys, keep posting it up there. Make sure you're sharing us, liking, and if you're not yet, subscribe to the channels. Make sure you don't miss any of this.
I mean, why would you post and not share, like, and join?
Yeah, come on. So go ahead, guys. Let's get those likes up. Let's push this out to everyone. So come on.
There you go. Anyway, so back to the place. Now, Highway 39, I always want to say revisited for some reason.
Highway 39 revisited.
Yeah, I think that's a song. Anyway, the Highway 39 Event Center, gracious folks there. Everybody's real nice to us, and it's such a bitchin' place. You guys got to come check it out. There, if you're online, that's the outside.
The Texaco Theater.
Yeah, there's a ton of cars on the inside. There's the cars. Again, you got to see this on the internet, of course. But
yeah,
the 58 Impala. They have, I think, from 1957 to 1964, every year Bel Air convertible. So from 57. Actually, I take that back. It's from 1955 to 1964. So they have 9 of them in a row, and just absolutely gorgeous condition. And I do a little brag, and I counted, and they have 7 more cars.
Just 7. You're working your way.
Yeah.
And this is a very family friendly place. Like there are kids running around. They don't want you touching everything.
No.
But they are very kind to the children. I saw that a few of the young boys that came through that were really excited, they got a little vehicle themselves to put around. They said, if you play with this one, that means you can't play with the other ones, all right? Yeah. And so they all listened, and they really dug it. That was really good on you guys.
Yeah, and of course there is a bar and there is a grill.
Yep.
And they were doing brunch yesterday, so I mean,
brunch.
yeah, it was a real good setup.
I saw the burgers coming out for lunch. The guys were getting big old burgers. It looked like everyone was really happy with the food. So this place does everything for you.
Yeah. So and they even have bathrooms.
Oh yeah, clean bathrooms. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, I talked to Michael, the guy in charge, and he told me a big long thing about for the next one. He said, make sure you announce that we're going to be doing this, and of course it went right in one ear and out the other, and it's not like I was busy or anything. And so I texted him on the way in and asked him again, tell me what that is, and I'll say it on air. But of course I haven't heard back from him yet.
Ooh, my bow.
But regardless, June 7th and 8th, 2 days of Firearms. We're going to have some art in there. We're going to have we have a collection of railroad watches.
Oh wow! Pocket.
Yeah, we have about 40 like Elgin, the old time pocket watches. We've got a whole bunch of those that are going to come through. we'll have some art, and of course our jewelry guy who took this one off because he was out of the country, but he's back and he dropped off a whole bunch of jewelry yesterday for the auction. So
it's gonna be fun.
So we'll be putting jewelry through once again. A lot of cool stuff, guys. You gotta get there.
Yeah.
Again, June 7th and 8th at the
Highway 39 Event Center,
Yep.
Texaco Theater.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so please go online, check out all the pictures and the videos we're posting up. If you on any of the social medias, I know we're putting them in the background of all the streams right now, but just to see this place, you guys just even if you got a couple lots that you're looking at in the auction, come visit this place anyway. Check out the whole atmosphere. You got the lights. This is. I can only imagine throwing a nice party here for someone.
There's Joe taking phone bids.
Yeah, there's Joe.
You know, we put the phone bidder guys all throughout. The old days of the bank of phones, you know, with everybody with cell phones, it's just so much easier to do it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get to Mark in Woodland Hills. How are you, Mark?
Evening, Mark.
Good evening, Patriots. Good evening. Good news in that the Interstate Concealed Carry Law, H.R. 38, did pass in the House.
Mm-hmm.
It passed also in 2017, however, it didn't in the Senate, and hopefully this time around, John Thune, the pet of McConnell, will, he's going to go along with the program, hopefully.
Let's hope so.
And anybody you know in any other states, folks, let them know about BillBlasterApp.org. It's one of the most effective ways of communicating with Congress. Fortunately, here in the People's Republic, we do have something called ReformCalifornia.org. Please go to that, folks. Look it up. If you're in the San Diego County, there are so many involvement opportunities, even wine tastings and barbecues.
Yeah.
They have a great voter guide at reformcalifornia.org. They're also working on voter ID, getting that passed here in this state.
Wouldn't that
hopefully.
be something?
Yeah, and liberate us from the tyranny of the Stalinists that want to take over our state.
Well,
our
and
state.
voting is the only way it's going to happen because these people do not listen to us. They do not care what we say. They just do what they're going to do.
We have to vote.
Their staff will definitely take notice of anything that comes in on Bill Blaster app. It is so direct. You don't have to go through phones or anything, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a fantastic guy running down in San Diego, Carl DeMaio, and he's gonna help set this state straight. Hopefully, end homelessness if we can, restore the respect that is due to our public safety officers, police, etc.
Yep.
I just think it's a wonderful organization. I would highly recommend everybody just take a look at their website, reformcalifornia.org. And I appreciate the time, sir.
All right.
We always appreciate you, Mark. You're a great call. Always.
Thanks, Mark.
God bless you guys. You guys are doing God's work.
Thank you,
Seriously.
sir.
God bless
Take
you.
care.
Mark's always got something good to say, and that's BillBlasterApp.org. Make sure you guys are using that because our voices need to be heard, and we need to go out there with our vote. Please don't be ashamed or be fearful of voting the way you want and the way we need to change California. And again, like you always say, California goes, so does the country.
Well, what I always say is liberalism is a disease, and diseases spread.
Oh, yeah.
Colorado just got I think they just passed the 11% bill there. I didn't get all of it, but as I was driving in, I was sitting in bumper to bumper, so I clicked over to Facebook, and one of my friends in Colorado was complaining about a bill that they just passed, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
And it's a huge thing that why we support the CRPA, because they go to Colorado, they go to Texas, they go to Oregon and Washington. They don't just go to stay in our state. They're going around this nation, helping them fight the fight that we're already fighting here, because they don't know it's coming. They get blindsided by this, and they have no defense.
Well, and what they don't get is, all the people that left here, they took California with them.
Oh, yeah.
And this is why you've got, Texas turning bluish.
What's going on? They're getting more and more purpley.
Again, this is a gun show. Let's get back to that.
Yeah. But save California, folks. Come on.
Let's do that, and then we can save the rest. Because once California turns red again,
man, imagine that.
I was watching. I was telling you earlier. I was watching the end of the Masters today, and Rory McIlroy. He this is his 17th attempt at winning the green jacket, and he's come close a couple times, and he keeps. But you know what? He kept trying, and he finally got there, and you could see in his face how happy he was. Well, same thing can happen here, guys.
Yep, come on. You can be. I know it's been a long, hard fight for him, and it's been a long, hard fight for us.
Anything worth having is worth fighting for, and we're going to have to fight to get this state back, guys.
Yep.
So, anyway, back to auction stuff. So, everybody always wants to know what was the most expensive item that sold, and man, we had a bunch that were kind of all in the same area code.
Yeah,
we had a lot of really, really nice early 1911s. I think we had a 1911 from 1912 in the original box. That one went real high. We had a Colt 1911 that, believe it or not, was actually cut for a stock. Now, what that means is it's got a little U-shaped slot in the back of the grip for us, like what they do with the broom handle Mausers and some of the Lugers had a stock that would snap into place.
Yep.
And so they tried to do that with some of the Colts too, and this one had it, and it went way high.
Yeah.
We had a
1908.
Yeah, we had a Colt Commando that I think we estimated it like $500 to $750, and it went for like $3,800. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Commando went there $3,750.
Yeah, it had something like 12 sealed bids on it, and the most was like $800. And a bunch of people online from all over the country ended up bidding on it and just drove it through the roof.
That 3 set that was out there.
Oh man,
come on! I mean, it really could have went for double what it went with all 3 pieces with a natural grips.
Yeah.
That was
what this was. This was a set of 3 Colt single action Armies, all factory nickel with some engraving and beautiful grips. In 4 3/4, 5 1/2, and 7 1/2, and they all had bird's head grips on them, and they weren't consecutive number or anything. No. It was just 3. And we sold them all for one money, and it went for, I think, right around $6,000.
Very close.
Yeah, and there's a couple of reasons why. Unfortunately, the guns had some. You know what the 2 enemies of firearms are? The government and rust?
Yes.
Well, it wasn't the government.
Yeah. The other undeterrable one.
Yeah, yes. So unfortunately they had some rust issues, so we didn't get the top dollar for them, but they still went very high. We had 2 SAS, of course, Single Action Shooting Society, end of trail top award single actions, fully engraved, absolutely beautiful.
Oh, they
guns.
were just pictures.
They both went for right about $5,000 a piece. Very, very good stuff on that. We had a first gen that went real high. We had a lot of really good stuff.
I mean, there was really great stuff on this one, and don't miss out on the next one, because that's all. Like, we get the whole cornucopia of firearms in our place, guys. You're looking for that deal. You're looking for something that really stands out. We got it all. Come on,
I'm telling you. All right, there's the Lizard King. That means we go to a break. All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
Give us a call. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
She had robes and she has monkeys. Oh, that's us again, huh?
If you have a gun collection you'd like to sell for great profit, go to gunslingerauctions.com. Our staff has decades of experience in appraisals, consignments, antiques, and more, with honesty and unmatched customer service. Our next Super Deluxe auction is June 7th and 8th.
Super Deluxe.
Pistols, rifles, art, and collectibles in person, online, by phone, or with absentee bids. So, if you're buying, selling, or trading a firearm or gun collection, come to Gunslinger Gun Shops in Azusa.
First time you get to hear it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Or call us at 714-939-1172. Learn more about our huge
and 8th at gunslingerauctions.com. That's gunslingerauctions.com. Everybody, that's gunslingerauctions.com.
Breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I needed money 'cause I had none. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Always does, doesn't it?
Oh, man. Do we
Welcome
know
back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
All right, give us a call. Jimmy, what's the number?
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
Okay, really quick, before we get any farther in, because we got a couple of people online we got to get to, but I want to thank everybody yesterday that helped. That's, of course, Jimmy here, Daniel, my other auctioneer, and then you got Ben on one side, and then you got John and Annie on the other side.
Thank you, John and Annie.
And then, let's see, who else was there? There's, of course,
the Mrs.
The Mrs. Kathy, my checkout crew.
Yeah.
That's kind of her department. So there's her friend Laura, of course, Richard from KRLA. He's our IT guy. He's the guy running around running all the computers, and then one of my oldest and dearest friends, he's not that old, it's just I've known him for like 50 years, Big Joe, and who
Love that guy.
I've been trying to get to come work for me at the shop forever.
He stopped in a bit for helping out and all that at the shop. I was with him for a bit. So
I heckle him about it every time, but he just retired, and unfortunately he's got a family member with Alzheimer's,
yes.
and so he's staying home with them for now, and hopefully one of these days I'll talk him into doing it.
Hey.
The guy's got the best handwriting I've ever seen.
Man, and talk about nice people. I mean, you surround yourself with a bunch of them, like John and Annie and Joe. I mean, you can't.
Well, and Joe, okay, I'm working it in and out. I was a shift man. That means I was in management, and sometimes shift men go to other stores where a shift man calls in sick. So I was working at number 6. This is the one on Azusa Ave, and I had to go to number 7. And so I get down there, and Joe pops in, and he sees that we're swamped, and I'm a guy from another store. So he comes in, he's helping us, and so I go zipping out back because we're out of tomatoes, and you can't be out of tomatoes when you work it in and out.
No.
I'm back there, and I come zipping back in, and I run into a guy, and it got into an altercation, and that guy had like 7 friends with him.
Ooh.
And I was surrounded with hands full of sliced tomato. One guy came out of that stand and literally had my back, and we got them to go away with a couple of pieces of tomato. And that was Joe. That's how Joe and I met.
He's that big of a deterrent, but again, like I said.
You ready? 1982. Like 140 years ago. Anyway, let's get to the phones. Let's get to Rick in Redondo Beach. Rick, what can we do for you?
Good evening, Rick.
Hi, guys. I attended the auction yesterday, and although I got there around 1 o'clock or so, I had a great time just watching and participating with you guys.
Well, appreciate it.
Very nice.
At the end of the day, I made a special point to say hello and thank you to Jimmy when he was sitting near the door.
I do remember you. I do.
Thank you.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much. And we, again, like I said, when I mentioned to you, appreciate you listening and appreciate you stopping by. Oh, you were in a black shirt, and I remember your beard.
Yeah, that was my Paul Harrell commemorative shirt.
There you go.
No, but thank you so much. That was really cool of you, Rick.
Yeah. Well, no, I really appreciate what you guys do. I called the show a couple months ago and mentioned that I had a bunch of 380 ammo and no working firearm to put them through. And one of the pistols we talked about was the Bursa Thunder,
which we had one yesterday.
And, well, thanks you guys working so quickly through those last 100 lots or so.
Oh, man, right?
I was the successul bidder for that one.
Oh, excellent.
Hey, congratulations. Right. Big hand for you.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think you'll like it. They're a good, solid firearm.
But, of course, I got to say, Jeff, that I did feel a little bit foolish when I was successful for bidding for that bolt-action Remington 22 that didn't have a bolt.
Oh.
No, it was only $20, but hey, what do you want for $20?
Yeah, well, hang it up over your fireplace.
It's a good conversation starter. That's what it is.
And you know what? It's a fairly common gun, and I'll bet you you can find a bolt for that somewhere. You know, either I think was it Numeric Arms. I think they're gunparts.com or something like that. I bet you could find it if you look around. And hey, you know what? That'll give you something to do.
Oh yeah.
Something to do. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys, for all the work you do, and sure appreciate it.
Oh, you bet.
We
Thanks again.
appreciate you.
Make sure you tell your friends. Bring some people with you next time, June 6th, 7th, and 8th, because we're going through 2 whole days.
We have a lot to go through, so bring them on in, Rick.
All right. Oh man. So okay, let's see. So I thanked the place. I thanked all my crew. Who else did I skip anybody?
Well, thank the staff there. They were constantly cleaning up after us.
And the ladies afterwards. I got to talking to a couple of the ladies that were cleaning the tables and stuff, and one of them said her husband was a police officer, and he was definitely going to be there the next time, so that was really cool. Just a really great. I walked out of there feeling really happy.
Yeah, it was thank you for everyone there participating too. Brian and Bruce are always there. Fred, Doug was there. And he had to leave it a little early, so I took care of his last couple of bids. Got him a nice little win on there. All the guys. So many familiar faces. We're just like one big happy family out there.
Well, you know, I've been doing this so long that it's just it's funny to see some of the people that buy from us are now sons of the fathers that I used to sell to, you know, and unfortunately sometimes it's a sad thing because, you know, we end up picking up collections of friends that are no longer with us, and that's not fun. But anyway, I've had to do that many times, and it's such a bummer because you go in and it's like, man, I remember when he bought that. He was so proud of it, and oh man.
And shout out to Brian, and I met his missus yesterday too, Janice. Thank you guys for stopping by. It was great talking to you both. You guys are awesome people.
Yeah, and of course Jeffrey was there. He was manning the video game in the back, and then everybody that was at the shop, because you know we're open at both shops were open yesterday, so all the guys in the Azusa store were manning the Azusa store, and my son Andy, and let's see, it was Andy, Chris, Sam, and little Blake were we're all running the drosses at the store. I was really surprised because as much stuff sold when I think we went through like 620 lots, and they were all guns this time. We didn't have any art or anything like I said earlier. So 620, and by the time I got to the store, there wasn't anybody there. They'd already been and checked out,
cleaned up,
got their stuff, and we got a pile of paperwork, but everybody was gone. So we had I think 3 or 4 dross stations open, so you could walk right in, get your dross done, and start your 10 days right away.
Right after the auction. Start your 10 days. You don't have to wait until Monday, Tuesday, especially at the Orange Store. So you can start it right there. Get it. And then we had so many pre-98s.
A lot of pre-98s. What that means is any firearm made prior to January 1st, 1898 is not considered a firearm by ATF anymore. So those are cash and carry stuffs, and we love the cash and carry stuff because it's just nice to get it out of the store.
Yes, ASAP.
We're kind of full.
Yeah, we need the space, folks. So if you got anything there, and you need to make sure that you pick it up as soon as you can. And for anyone who went online and purchased something, remember this is a piece for everyone, that when you are looking to get it delivered to the FFL, or if it is a pre-98, a federal firearms license. Yeah,
federal firearms license.
Or if you're getting it sent to you, if it was a pre-98, a non-gun, make sure that you're emailing gunslingerauctions@yahoo.com with both your paddle number, your FFL.
We sold 620 guns. 90% of them went online, and people send FFLs from all over the country with no info.
No, come on.
We're just supposed to know.
Like
the guy bought a Quackenbush 22.
Quackenbush.
Yeah, you know, and they send us an FFL from, you know, Tippecanoe, Oklahoma, and we're supposed to know that that's what that's for. It's man.
We get that you're excited and you want it, and we want to send it to you, but you got to give us a little more information. Because this is part of it, is that there is a line of how this gets done.
Yeah, I had 3 things to do today. I was going to go shooting with John and Annie at the world famous Double R Bar. Didn't get to do that. Was going to go to the Pomona Antique Car Swap meet. Didn't get to do that. We went straight to the Orange Store and
started paperwork.
Well, when I got home last night, I did almost 5 hours worth of invoicing for all the people that bought online, because you have to send them the invoice with shipping and all the stuff that goes along with it. And so we just
had to run through it.
Well, yeah, I had to get in there. We had to figure out how to print all those invoices. Mm-hmm. Then once we print them, you got to put them in some are going to be in-house. Most of them are out of state, and some of them are pre-98. And so we were there for about 4 hours today doing that. So that was fun.
Sounds like someone had a case of postas.
So that's my day off. I spent 4 hours at the shop, and then it takes the show takes 5 hours of my time.
Oh yeah.
So that's 9 hours I work today on my day off.
See you later.
That's my day.
No, but again, because there's so much to happen during these things.
And the one thing I did forget, all the customers.
Yeah.
Everybody that showed up yesterday, I want to thank you all for being there. I want to thank everybody for making sure that we keep going.
Yeah, and thank you for filling up the Highway 39 event center.
Isn't it cool to be sitting at that tall table
so cool.
and there's a couch, the whole line of couches in the back. You get to sit amongst all these bitchin' cars
and experienced an auction, a live auction, folks. It's very, very cool. But thank you everyone online for helping us out with that too. But no, thank you guys. You guys make this show and this auction so much better.
So we'll be back with our
power
packed hour. Give us a call. What's the number? Quick.
866-870-5752.
Give us a call. We'll be back right after this.
We will.
All overnight.
Feel good, life is good. So if pain is affecting your life, see how Relief Factor can help. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally, developed by doctors. It doesn't just mask pain temporarily, it helps reduce or even eliminate pain. How do I know?
Dude!
You're the man.
I take Relief Factor daily. No lower back pain for me anymore. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. Give their 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day. Just one phone call, 800 the number 4. 800-4-RELIEF. Relief Factor, relief wherever you're hurting in 3 weeks or even days. Relief Factor can give you a chance to rediscover the true meaning of living better again. Visit ReliefFactor.com.
Take it a morning fast.
That's 800 the number 4-RELIEF. The one and only Relief Factor.
Really sucks. I wanted to go to the Pomona show today. There was just no way. We left the house at like 9:05 and got back a little after 1. And then of course the 91 was closed completely. That was we got lucky and missed that, but I took the fast track, so we didn't have to hit that. But apparently there was a huge accident on the 91 westbound this morning. But we'll get through it. So next week, it's Easter Sunday in the station, because you know me, I show up for work, I just do. But next week we're gonna be an Easter Sunday. We're gonna take the day off, but we're gonna have a best of show. We're gonna do a bunch of interviews that we've done over the last year or so, and I'm sure we'll put some Motor Slinger stuff in there too. So don't not tune in just because it's not going to be live, and we'll be back, of course, the following week. But
Give everyone a little reprieve. Enjoy your Easter, for he has risen.
Yeah. It's funny, but I never hear us on the radio. So it's kind of cool for me because I actually get to listen,
Yeah,
it's kind of
that'd be
crazy.
cool, and especially listening to all those great interviews. Those are some of our best.
Yeah. Should we tell them? I'll just tell you one of them, and of course it'll be Chad Bianco, and then we've got some other friends coming in, and like I said, I'm sure we'll do some Motor Slinger stuff too. So it'll be a fun show.
Oh yeah.
Phones are quiet. What's going on out there? Everybody's still angry over that Dodger game yesterday?
Yeesh.
Worst home defeat ever.
Yeah. I think the biggest deficit since, I think they said 82 or something like that. 84. Oh, Mr. Nigma Online put, last week I was at a local gun shop here in South Texas, and they had a Kimber 1911 in 10 mil for $850. Really wanted it, but decided to keep saving for my 6.5 grand old AR build.
Understood.
Yeah, I mean, Kimber 1911 10 mil, at least that's a gun that'll take it and maybe not have you feel it as bad, but I get it. 6.5, that'll be a fun shot.
Hi, I'm Officer Prado with the California Highway Patrol. Stay alert and stay alive. April's Distracted Driving Awareness Month. California Highway Patrol wants to remind you, eyes on the road and hands on the wheel. Every year, thousands of crashes happen because drivers think to focus off the road. Texting, eating, adjusting the radio. It only takes 1 second to change a life forever. Make the right choice, put your phone down, stay focused, and drive to a rock. This message is brought to you by the California Highway Patrol. Drive safe and drive responsibly.
Other sounds of Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Cheers Club. What is this, ribeye? You see that ribeye?
See a ribeye?
You gotta try a piece of this pizza. This is delicious.
Sausage and lentil soup. Special today, very, very good.
Columbus.
Columbus in Eagle Rock on Colorado Boulevard. 323-254-9138. 323-254-9138.
Nice early morning surprise.
Coming up on the next morning answer.
President Trump stays strong as China starts to look a little desperate on tariffs.
Tune in weekday mornings, 6 to 9 a.m.
This is the morning answer. AM 870. The answer. Tell your friends we are Southern California's news and talk station they can really trust. Read the
AM 870, theanswer.com.
We pretty women stand in line. We love you, baby. In an hour's time. I'm a man. I smell
M-A-N. That's all I remember. I used to actually do that song. I don't remember it anymore. Welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network, baby.
And of course, this show is built around fun with firearms and no politics. But I'm going to break a little bit of this tonight just because. Anybody out there want to talk about how bad the Dodgers looked yesterday?
Oh, I mean,
16-0.
At least when we were talking about it, I made the joke. At least they didn't take themselves too seriously. They put Rojas in and let him pitch for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, come on, 16-0. That's a football score.
Come on, like it was a sad day in Dodgers baseball.
Yeah,
but hey, any day they're playing is a good day.
That's 2 touchdowns and almost a field goal. Unbelievable. Anyway, welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And this is our second
Power
Packed Hour. That means phone calls. Give us a call. What's the number, Jimmy?
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752. KRLA.
I heard from John and Annie, and apparently they got a real good crowd out at the world famous Double R bar today. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of them, but they got a good crowd and they had great weather. And so I'll be out there every second Sunday at the Lions Club in Lucerne. So you guys ever get a chance, stop on by. Second Sunday of the month, stop on by, come by, say hi. We'll point you out, and it is the coolest range you've ever seen in your life. It's set up like an old West town.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a bar, we have a gallows, we have all kinds of different stuff. Every bay has something built on it, and it's only for cowboy action shooting. So, and it's been there for some time.
Specifically made for cowboy action shooting.
Yep.
Come on, folks.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So stop by sometime, come out, say hey, ask for me, and I'm sure they'll point you out, and we'll walk you through and show you what cowboy shooting's all about.
Yeah, make some friends. Those are some of the best people out there. That whole group, especially John and Annie. I love those two.
Yeah.
God bless them both. So if you're listening, I know you are, Johnny. I see you on the Facebook. So.
Yeah. Well, they've been texting me, make sure reminding me who, along with Kathy, both of them are. Don't forget this person. Don't forget this person. Like, oh God! I tell them, it's funny, but when you get on air, you forget things.
Yeah, you know what? Because it's a different mindset. Once you jump in here, you're like, all right, this is radio time.
Yeah, you gotta try and entertain people along with explaining things to them and so on and so forth. So sometimes I forget. So it's good to have reminders as backup.
Speaking about explaining things, if you guys again have any questions about guns, the auction, about how to travel, how maybe there's some laws out there that
we get 3 to 5 calls a day just at the auction house, not even including the gun store, asking about how do you get guns into the auction, and it's so simple.
Easy peasy, baby.
Just come on in.
Yeah, because and if you can't come in, if there's too many, you don't feel safe traveling, we'll come out to you.
Yeah.
We've done it before. We'll do it again.
Well, I mean, we've traveled as high. Well, you went up to
Sonoma just a month or two ago.
Yeah, all the way up to Sonoma. We've gone over to Arizona and pick up stuff. Yeah. That can be a little tricky because we can only bring California okay stuff back. But, we get stuff done there. I mean, we try and make this as absolutely simple as possible.
Yeah, we'll help you out one way or another. We want to make sure that we're doing the best for you and for this whole entire two-way movement, especially here in California.
We've got a caller. Her name's Kathy, and she's from Norco.
Oh, what sounds familiar?
Who the heck could this be? Oh boy! Hello.
Hello. I just want to tell you, a great big thank you, because you're thanking everybody for the auction, but it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you. You do all the hard work, you do all the heavy lifting, and we're all grateful to be there having a great time, and it's all due to you.
Oh, big
thank you, ma'am. Of course,
All right, have a good show.
Okay, goodbye. We've only been married 44 years, so
just a little bit.
Yeah, I guess she felt obligated.
Yeah, but
anyway,
we had a lot of people. Like Joe and I were on the phones the whole time. So again, like if you're trying to figure out how to bid on these things, we have so many different ways you can do it. I mean, I love our in-house crowd.
And I tell you what, Ben has just added to our gunslingerauctions.com a new button. It's right under bid now, and you click on that button, and you can bid with sealed bids right there.
Right there.
We got probably 8 or 10 of them, and this thing just went up, and we got 8 or 10 of them that came through this week. That several bidders. I don't know if they won anything because I think they got outbid.
At least they're trying.
Yeah, but it was great to have them, and so that is a permanent feature now. So we'll be doing that, and of course, don't forget we've got the Militaria Bay.
Yes, sir. And there is an actual link on the website, so go.
There
ahead and
is,
check it out.
and we'll be doing more of that because once again we got kicked off the other bay for listing. You ready for this? We listed, I think, 8 items. There was a scope, there was a holster, there were 2 sets of scope rings, one magazine from a pistol that was 8 rounds, and a couple of other, I can't even remember now, but they were all nothings.
Nothing.
And they suspended us and for that. And no idea why. They don't tell you.
And I tried my hand at being the ring man. The ring man. What is it? The ring. At the auction, I was trying to get that hype going and keep everyone bidding and keeping everyone's spirits up because it was a long day. I know everyone was trying their best to stick it out as hard as it was.
Well, you know what, Ring Man, this is the guy, you'll see these at like at the big auction, Barrett Jackson kind of, these are the people that are out there in the crowd trying to get people to bid. And for years and years, I had Mr. John Arnold.
You keep mentioning him. I wanted to
the greatest ring
him.
man of all time. And he was quite the character. He was very funny, and he would get right in people's face and, yes! Left hand up, right hand pointed, and he would get people, and if you didn't get your bidder number up quick enough, he'd go, "Be proud of your purchase, sir."
Yeah.
Get that number up. It's like, oh man. Yeah, so you're following in good footprints.
Awesome, because it was a lot of fun. And you know what? I that's one thing I was saying is that I love our live crowd so much. I was going ape stuff for them when they would purchase and when they would win and when they get their bids up, because that drives everything going on. It really
wasn't it funny how often when somebody in house won something, people clapped.
Yes, because everyone's happy for them. That's the one thing about it.
It was like, oh, we got something away from the internet. Yay. Oh man. So coming up in June, some of the stuff that we have, you guys aren't going to believe that. If you like military surplus stuff, oh man, you name it. We've got it. Everything you can possibly imagine, including we've got some old DWAT MG38s.
Oof.
Yeah, of course these are welded shut and leaded barrels and such. They cannot
fire,
as we list them, cannot be made to shoot. But stuff like that, we've got all kinds of bolt action rifles from every country at every era over the last 100 and something years. We've got one of my favorite guns of all time, the Remington, you ready? Remington 03A4.
Oh, the A4. Oh, my.
This is a real sniper. It's got the Lyman 330. That's the itty bitty little pencil scope, which we've discussed in the past. I think it's like a 0.5 power.
You can almost read a paper.
Yeah, you can read like the newspaper as long as it's 5 feet in front of you.
But right up against it.
We've got a real Winchester 97 trench gun.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've got some just killer stuff coming up. So as soon as we get the catalog up, I think what we're going to try and do, because we've never done a 2-dayer before, so we're going to be kind of hitting and missing. Hopefully more hitting than missing. But we've got so we're going to probably put the first catalog up, and then a day or two after we'll put the second one. But man, we got so much stuff, and we're already working on the flyer. Believe it or not, because
it's going to be an extended flyer.
It's less than 8 weeks away already.
Jeez.
Man, I tell you, it's been a crazy year.
You know what? And it's going to get crazier.
Yeah.
Come on, folks.
Oh, in September, I think we hit the 400 mark.
So
September's almost full. So if you want to get them in quick.
Squeeze them.
Speaking of get them in quick, what's fun?
Get your calls in quick. 866-870-5752.
All right. You're listening to Gunslingers, and we'll be back right after this.
Gosh, just said you knew well.
They say it goes. Well, forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow.
Humongous. That's a big old word.
Want to give a shout out to, since we're not on actual duck shit oolong on Rumble. just became a monthly supporter of Gunslingers on Rumble. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Shout
Kevin.
out to you. Love to see it.
And GunslingerAuctions.com.
Try me real. Now you say you're sorry. Oh, after being so untrue, I want you to cry. I feel that. I want you to cry. I do that. I do that. I do that. Oh, I got a real hold of you.
Welcome back, little Joe Cocker. That's Leon Russell playing that piano, too.
I love me some Joe Cocker.
I tell you what.
Yeah,
he's
buddy.
The one and only.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And they're all gone now. The whole, that's the biggest problem with getting old. All my heroes are dying off. What are you going to do?
You know what? We got to keep in our memories. That's the way you keep legends alive.
Yeah. Speaking of legends, let's get to Sean in Covina. Sean, how are you?
Evening, Sean.
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Doing good.
What can we do for you tonight?
Well, I want to speak about the. First of all, I told some of my friends about how you handled that rogue chicken, and they said, "Oh, we really like to have that guy come around Glendora and Arcadia and take care of our Liberace chickens."
Well, doing something in Norco and doing something in Covina, a little bit different. You guys all are a little closer together than we are.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just a dream they have that they can get rid of that dreaded Liberace chicken.
I completely understand. Nothing wrong with roosters as long as they ain't mine and they ain't in my yard waking me up.
Well, they're not really roosters, but they're the NBC birds, the Liberace chicken. If you know what I mean. I do. And Arcadia and Glendora.
Oh, the initials PC?
You got that?
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I've never had a problem with one of those. I know that they can make a lot of noise if they get separated from the pea hens, but we have a ton of them in Norco, but I never hear them or see them.
Yeah, I think one of your neighbors has them in the back.
I guess your dog keeps them away because they can really destroy a $20,000 paint job on a nice car.
Oh man, you bet. Yeah, well, my dog Masha, she rules the roost. She literally came with a 20-page booklet on.
I remember.
Yeah,
about what not to do, what to do, and who can be around this dog.
Yeah, she's a Overo Shepherd, or also known as a Russian Caucasian, and some of the fiercest dogs in the world.
Bear dog.
Yeah, that's what they use them for, to protect the livestock from bear. Anyway, what can we do for you tonight?
Okay, I like to salute the three amigos, even though we're one short. What I'll do is, I remember you talking about your the P230, and I got thinking about 380s, and I just remembered how snappy, and one of my friends had read a single action, I think it was a 1934, I think it was a pre-68, probably made around the 60s, and that thing was snappy, and I had a friend who had a Walters BK, he always wanted to get one. I found it snappy, and to tell the truth, I think I'd rather just shoot a Glock 26 because of the snappiness of those guns. I really found those guns very uncomfortable to shoot.
Well, if you can handle a 26, to me, the grip is so short and boxy. I don't like the feel of it. My hands are not huge, but I can palm a basketball, and so for me, I couldn't get the hang of the two-finger deal, but hey, to each his own.
Yeah, because I got a 26, and it got the one thing that does help, especially on the grip, the extended grip on the magazine. So that does help out a good bit. But yeah, on 380s, I have that.
Good enough for John Wick. Good enough for me.
Heck yeah.
How's your 230? How snappy is that? Do you find it?
I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've shot that thing. I don't think it was bad at all. It's fairly same size as the Walther PPKS. So, and those things, as long as you don't get hit with the hammer coming back, they don't bother me. I tell you, the one that did. Speaking of Glock, is the Glock 42. That is a small Glock. It's about the size of your wallet, and it's in 380, and I did not care for that.
That's a micro, right?
Yeah, and so I tried the 43, and I really didn't like that one. But then I got the 43X, and I really like that one. It's just a little bit larger and a little bit wider in the grip, and I like that gun a lot. So, and as our old friend Mr. Murphy always says, the 380 is 9mm on stun,
baby.
So, or friends don't let friends shoot 380s. He had a whole pile of them. But I have to agree with him. I would rather shoot a 9mm, but when push comes to shove, I'd rather have a 380 than nothing.
Nothing, right?
So,
yeah, it sure beats. It sure beats fisticuffs.
Oh yeah, or them having something and me not, which is in today's world is usually the case.
Between the armed and the unarmed. Yep.
All right, Sean. As always, thanks for the call.
Thanks, Sean. God bless you.
Okay.
We'll talk to you later.
Great Easter. Yeah, and I have I guess I got both, but the 24 is in 40, and that
23.
Is it 23?
Yeah. Well, there is no 24.
20. Oh, it's a G. I'm looking
in Glock.
Yeah.
17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, then 26. It jumps to 26.
I thought the 24 was the micro. I'm not the micro, but actually the 24 is the long slide part. I just was typing up incorrectly and I'm trying to jump in between, and that one is snappy, much snappier because it's in 40. Yeah. It's really a punch, not a snap. But yeah,
I'm not a big 40 cal guy. I don't think I own a 40 cal. I just never didn't care for it. Well, I mean, if you're going to go for the recoil, might as well get a 45.
45, right? Yes. And, I think it was at the time when I first purchased them, it was a price thing because they're not the most popular of rounds out there. And you know what? I guess after a while, you kind of get used to it. But, yeah.
I would reckon so. I mean, you get used to shooting 45. Whenever I go shooting, I always start off, if I've got multiple calibers, I always start with the biggest ones. Because you start shooting 22s and then you jump to 45. Man, that recoil gets really nasty.
It becomes a reality right there, right?
But usually I will start with the 45 and work my way down. Yeah. But, that's just me.
Like Mike at the shop used to say that the 45 is more of a roll, the 40 is more of a punch.
Yeah.
So you can really feel it come through and all that. And I gotta mostly agree.
I can't believe we haven't got any Dodger calls.
Oh, well, I mean, everyone's kind of bummed out. Maybe they're drinking the sorrows away.
And they lost again tonight.
Dropped another series.
I don't understand how an all-star team is losing. I mean, this is a legitimate all-star team.
There is something, maybe it's whatever we're trying to fix in the lineup right now. And
could it be that we have 5 or 6 guys that are great hitters, and then we got 3 or 4 guys that are batting $120?
Yeah.
And we need those guys. We don't need home runs from them guys. We need base hits so that the other guys can drive them in. That's how we were winning games in the beginning of the season. Yeah. And all of a sudden, everybody thinks they're Hank Aaron, and everybody wants to go yard, and it's like, dude,
come on, we need people on base. Yes, we have the guys with the heavy bats and all that. But.
And also, I realize it is early in the season, but maybe your pitchers can go more than 5 innings.
Yeah, and one thing is that we've been working our way through the season so far. The first 8 games, more than half of our games, I want to say 3/4, we were always behind, and we've been having to catch up this entire time. So that means there's something going on with our starting pitching.
Well, it's not necessarily the starters, but 2 come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them signed for very lucrative contracts.
Lucrative, very kind words you use.
Yeah, an S-load a dough. kind of goes the same, but anyway.
Yeah, but.
Welcome back to Dodger Talk.
Dodger Talk.
Right here on KRLA.
But other than that, let's bring it back to the auction, because this auction, I mean, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people in house, and that's what we love to see. It saves you on premiums. You get to join in on the fun, cheer on your fellow auction folk, and it brings us all together. You get to meet us. You may not need to, but you did. But it's a lot of fun, and I really do appreciate it. I saw Ben was on here, and Ben does so much for us already. Again, all over the online stuff, but he's right there on stage with us, helping out with all the paper, all the cataloging pretty much going on after the auction. So shout out to Ben.
Yeah, he's our little computer wizard. Well, he ain't little. He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's a big wizard.
He's a big little wizard. Yeah. Oh man! Well, phones are finally starting to light up. Let's see. We've got Riverside, Inland Empire, San Diego. And we've got 2 minutes before the break, so should we try and jump? You know what? Let's hold them for the next right after the next break, because this is a long one. Let's see. We covered the auction. We covered the high end, and nothing really nasty happened. We didn't have any unhappy customers, so that went well. That's usually what we talk about.
Yeah,
after
right.
auction show is the stuff that the crazy
I can imagine what
it went so smooth. I don't really have anything.
I can imagine what your voicemail looks like at the shop right now.
Well, the voicemail. Of course, we've already got people calling asking if that we have tracking numbers. Yeah,
you shipped my gun yet?
We get that literally same day. People will be calling from back east. Oh God, I was just calling to see if I could get a tracking number. It's like, sir, the auction's still going.
We're still going. It's like you guys aren't just on a conveyor, right?
No. I tell you. But let's see. Ryan, what do we got left? A little over a minute. All right.
Cool.
Well, so this is where we vamp for a minute. But
yeah, it's good to vamp because, again, everyone online we like always, our online crew of commenters are always going through. Fred, Ben, that's where I saw Ben, Jim, and Robert over there. I think Robert was at the auction too. It was good to see him. I love to see a bunch of the people that are either online or give us calls, because you notice them off the bat. You can already feel the energy coming off of them, that they're into the show, and we thank you guys all for being there, because you guys make it so much more fun.
Yeah, and don't forget Father's Day.
Motor Slinger.
That's us. We'll have Leon the Motorman and his friend George the Airplane Man in studio. We'll have a good day there. I'm going to the Highway 39. I just got my 58 Impala back with disc brakes on it now, so I don't know which car I'm going to drive there, but it'll be that one or my 65 Malibu convertible. All right. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
Or one of the 17 other cars I got. We'll be back right after this.
That's running around. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams.
Jennifer Horn here, and the Southern California half-price tuition.
I remember when you had to add in that second huge garage.
Yeah. It's 35 by 28, 2 stories. It's got 6 lifts in it, so I got 6 in the air and 6 underneath it. So I got 12 cars just in that one garage.
Go to am870.info right now. That's am870.info.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at Fair. Food allergy.
Yeah, it's nice. I got that 58 Impala back on Friday. I had disc brakes put on it because, man, that thing, it had that little one-lunger master cylinder. Holy shit. And shoe brakes all the way around. And it's not a light car.
No. I mean,
so,
they build things like that.
Yes, trying to stop that thing was kind of like, holy cow.
Prepping from a quarter mile back?
Yeah. You'd be in the slow lane, yeah. Oh, shit. Now it stops on a dime. It's real nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. So this 56 truck is now officially running. It's got a new dashboard. We're lowering it because I got American Racing 5-spoke rims on it, but they're 15s, and because the truck is all bone stock, it sits so high that these things, they look like donuts on this fucking car. So we're bringing the car down so that the rims don't look so tiny on it. And then the Woody, the front end, I got a Mustang 2 custom built front end for it, and then that came in I think on Thursday of last week, so that'll start happening. It's a subframe thing. They cut off the front end of the frame that's on it now and put part of a new frame.
Right on.
So it'll have all power steering and rack and pinion and the whole nine yards.
Yeah.
And then we're putting in, and yeah, I know it's a Ford, but we're putting in a 350 and a 350. So that'll be fun because I'll be able to drive it on the freeway now with that 238 flathead. I think top speed was 40 miles an hour. Non-synchroed 3 on the tree. Non-synchroed first gear. Forget about
Trying to rock it up to 40. Come on, you come on. No hills, no hills, no hills.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a 2% incline. I'm down to 12 miles an hour. And I'm overheating.
Oh, I forgot. What is the minimum CCW revolver cartridge for wolves? There are now real wolves in the neighborhood here in California where I'm in.
I am the man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my day.
Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And let's get right to the phones. Let's get to Ed in Riverside. Ed, what can we do for you, sir?
Ed, welcome back.
Greetings. Thank you.
You bet.
That auction sounds like so much fun. I've got to get to one of these.
Absolutely, please.
And that did raise a question. You were talking about militaria, and what would be your choice between a Springfield type A303 and a Remington Model 17?
Well, I have so many 03s and 03 A3s and 03 A4s that it's hard to say anything about anything other than that. They're just, 30-06 is a great round.
Yep.
It's a great gun. It's basically stolen Mauser, stuff. So I would go with the 03 or the 03 A3 every time.
All right. Well, thank you.
Of course.
I was wondering, too, this crazy suggestion came to my mind earlier today. This is a Gunslinger show.
Mm-hmm.
Why not play some Gunslinger music for your bumpers? I was thinking of a couple by Marty Robbins.
Oh, yeah.
El Paso and
we've done many times.
Yeah.
And Big Iron. We've done Big Iron too.
Big Iron, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Big Iron, and Lauren Green did one called
Ringo. We've done that one too. We've been at this almost 6 years. We've played just about everything you can imagine.
I think I did a whole portion of our show just on gun music.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've tried to cover.
I missed it.
Yeah. Well, make sure you tune in next week. Anyway, Ed, we got a bunch of calls to get to. Thanks for the call. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You have a great. God bless.
All right, let's jump over to our friend Cash Dollar in the Inland Empire. How are you, Cash?
Hey, Cash.
Hey, howdy, Cowboys.
Good
What's going
evening.
on?
You there?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
We're here. Okay.
I got a little situation. I got a buddy. He buys auction storage containers and auction. The ones that are abandoned. Anyway, he got into this one, and there was a safe inside. And inside that safe were 6 California non-compliant frying pans.
Okay.
You guys here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the silence. I had the same silence when he told me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
register
I
that.
don't mess around with frying pans for the obvious reasons. I'm a lever guy all the way around.
Understood.
But I told him, I think I know who to ask, and I could do that tonight. And I know he's listening. So if you have any advice for the man, please give it now.
Okay, really quick. What you want to do is you want to make them California compliant. So they'll go get either have somebody who knows how to do it or do it yourself. You can get the kit. What the heck's the name of that? Juggernaut kit, and if it has bullet buttons, you got to get rid of those and get a standard mag release. If it has a standard mag release, that's great. All you got to do is get this kit, and it basically just replaces the rear pin. And you got to do a thing or two also, but what'll happen is you have to press this button on the left-hand side, and it'll crack open the receiver about an 1/18 of an inch.
Yes, very,
that
very
makes
slight.
it California legal for the magazine to come out and come back in. And then if you
Okay, hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Hold on a second. He doesn't want to keep them.
Okay.
He wants to get rid of them.
Understood,
The
but-
only person who wants to get rid of them more is his wife. And he's afraid that every time a helicopter comes over his house,
Understood.
a SWAT team's going to rappel down.
Yeah, Cash, I was getting to that. So what you need to do is you need to make them California okay first.
Yep.
Then bring them on down to Gunslinger Auctions or Gunslinger Gun Shop, and I will take care of it from there.
Yeah, let's make
So
sure
they
everyone's
can't
on.
do anything until they make them compliant.
Correct. Yeah, nobody can touch them because they're not. This is an assumption. I'm going to assume since they've been in a storage locker for a while that they have not been converted to being California okay. But if they are, then just bring them in. If they're not, then you got to do that and then bring them in. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okie doke.
Okay. He was hoping it was that he was thinking about just wrapping them up in a blanket, putting them in the trunk, and driving to Arizona.
Well,
and I told him that might not be the smartest thing to do.
That is okay as long as you take them out of state. But why make that trip when all you got to do is buy a Juggernaut kit, put it in, and bring them to any gun stop?
Yeah.
All right.
His wife does not want him spending a cent on it. She just wants them gone.
Well, understood. Yeah. You know what? Tell him to give me a call. Tell him to give me a call during the week, and I'll talk to him, and maybe I'll talk a little sense into her. Maybe not, but Cash.
He hasn't been able to do that for 43 years.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you, you're a funny guy. All right, Cash. We got a bunch of calls to get to. As always, thanks. We'll talk to you next time.
Cash.
Buddies.
Take care.
God bless. Happy Easter.
I just got a text from Diane all the way out in Nebraska who's listening. She was our proxy bid lady.
Yeah.
I mentioned this earlier. She has been with me since 2005, I think, when we very first started. So, hey, Diane, how are you?
Hi, Diane. Thank you so much for all your help.
Yeah, she keeps up with us because we go fast.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't believe we're a live auction because we do go so fast.
Running.
But there's things that we do to streamline, and so after 20 some odd years, we got it down.
Yep.
So anyway,
on the point of him talking about getting guns out of state and all that, especially if they're not California compliant. Yeah, like we always say, it's easy to get guns out of California.
Yeah, and if real quick, if you decide that you want to take so-called assault weapons out of California, this is the two things I recommend. Number one, don't tell anybody you're from California until after you've made your deal, because they know you can't come back with them, so they're gonna lowball you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
sure.
your $1,000 gun has now become a $200 gun because they know you can't take it back.
Nope.
That's number one. Number two, get a fully written receipt from the gun shop.
So
when anybody shows up knocking on your door, hey, where is this? You can go, it's here.
Paper trail.
Yeah. So make sure you do those two things if you decide to get them out of California. Speaking of out of California, let's get to Kim in San Diego.
Hey, out of here.
Kim, what can we do for you?
Hello, this might be a silly question, but it's one I'm going to ask anyway.
Please.
So my husband's birthday is falling on one of the days that you have the next auction. And if I'd like to bring him up there, is it really important, and is it just absolutely necessary that he checks out the what your I don't even know how to say it, the lots are, or is it something that you can come up day of and kind of decide what you're going to get?
You can come early. We already have some of June out. for display. You can come day of. We open the store at 10 o'clock in the morning, and everything will be out for you to pick it up. We don't bring them to the auction anymore because liability and insurances and stuff, and a lot of the houses that we've used over the years got really hinky about, you're bringing 600 and 700 guns in, and we kind of don't like this. So we've decided what we do now is on stage right behind me, there's a huge, this thing's like 10 feet long, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, at least.
A huge screen that's got a multiple picture roll that John will sit there and hit the button, and it changes pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see multiple pictures of the gun while it's happening. Yeah, see, they're showing it online right now, that great big screen behind me. But you can come up, the auction starts at 10, but if you don't have anything in the first, say, 100, you can go to my shop first, and you can go in and you can look at anything that you want.
And if he's going in blind, if you kind of want to keep it a surprise and you bring him there, yeah, he's going to have the visuals up, like we said, and we go through a slight description of each one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the you can actually get a physical catalog there. I think we still hold a couple of them there. So if he wants to finger through something like that, of course, he has the opportunity there too.
And if you get up and remind me, we'll sing happy birthday to him on stage.
Yeah, we will.
I would love that. That would be awesome. And hey, rather than whining about what's going on with your Dodgers, just there's a team 2 hours south. You are always welcome to be a Padre fan. Just saying.
Well, I appreciate that, man, but I think I would rather eat worms.
Oh!
I am. Oh, you know what? Your third baseman, that ex-Dodger, not a big fan.
Not a big fan at all.
I hear you.
And I could tell you one thing: you guys are never going to go anywhere with that guy because he's just bad news. But
ouch!
Glad you got him instead of us.
No, hey, you know what? You guys are our Southern California team, and God bless you guys, and good luck to you.
And if the Dodgers can't make it, then I'll be a Padre fan for the day.
Yeah. Hey, how about that?
I'd rather be a Padre fan than a Giants fan. Let's just put it that way.
I agree.
There we go.
Very good. Kim, thanks for the call.
Have a good night.
You too. Happy Easter. God bless you.
Take care now. Okay, let's jump over to Lakewood. And Stephen, what can we do for you, sir?
I wanted to find out on your auction. You were talking about the Winchester trench gun. I'm looking for one that does the slam fire.
That'd be a 97.
California.
What's that?
Are they legal to sell in California?
They are.
Mm-hmm. Sure are.
Okay, and you guys have those at your auction?
We have that Winchester. Yeah, Winchester in 1897 is a slam fire gun. Now, what that means, folks, is if you have a round in it and you hold the trigger down and you work the pump foregrip backwards and forwards and keep your finger down, it will fire. And that was the whole point of that. That's why they called them the trench broom, because you would have buckshot, which is 9 millimeter rounds in a shell, and you'd hop up on the top of a trench and you bam, 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 bam. And yeah, you could get a whole lot of lead in the air in a big hurry. And that's why the Germans put actual bounties on shotgunners in World War I.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
But yeah,
cool. That's the question I had asked. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Hey, thanks so
very
much.
good. Take care now.
Thanks, Steve.
So yeah, there you go. That's a little bit of history for you.
Yeah, I like to consider this a bit of infotainment. We try to make sure that you learn a little bit and you laugh a lot a bit. So this is what we do, folks.
We try. All right. Hey, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network.
And the phones are open now.
866-870-5752.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yep. Governor of New York is now tracking how much ammo you have and buy.
Hey. I know that voice. Diane said, "When I say that I'm impressed by your skills, keep in mind that I've worked with hundreds of auctioneers." How nice.
Oh, wow. Kind words.
These will run during the day too, by the way.
That's so cool. Hey, look at us, first takers, man.
I know. Knocked them out in a hurry.
Yeah, we did.
.com.
Well, East Coast girls are hip. I really dig those styles they wear. And the Southern girls with the way they talk, they knock me out when I'm down there. The Midwest farmers' daughters really make you feel alright. And the Northern girls with the way they kiss, they keep their boyfriends warm at night.
Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And believe it or not, we're in our last segment already.
Fastest 2 hours on radio, folks.
I tell you, fastest 2 hours of my week.
Right. I mean, as much as you have to get done still.
Yeah, I tell you what. He's calling back, and I think it's because he forgot to ask me a question. Let's get back to our friend Ed in Riverside. Ed, what's going on?
Hey, Ed, sorry about that.
Greetings. Thank you again. Well, you got busy, so the other question that I wanted to ask was the directions or the location of that range that you were telling us about that has, ideally set up for cowboy action shooting.
Oh, uh-huh.
I didn't catch where that is.
It's at the Lions Club in Lucerne Valley. Basically, 15 north, get off at Bear Valley Road, go east, hang a right, and take it till it dead ends. You're on it for like a week and a half. You'll pass some Conestoga wagons and anyway, take it all the way till it ends. Hang a right. That's the 18. And once you hang a right, it's down about 8.5 miles, and it'll be on your left. You'll see a bunch of there's the big red barn and a couple of other barns around. Yeah, and then there's a little street there. It's Rabbit Springs, I think. And you'll hang a little left, and you'll see a great big sign that says Lucerne Valley Lions Club, and I believe there's a double R bar cowboy action shooting sign, and just follow the road in, and that's where it's at.
And just in case, you can go to double. Let me see if I can double RBARR EGULATORS. So that's double
double R bar regulators.
That's I'm trying to get it out, and I've seen all the letters, and they're all in double R bar regulators. There we go. .com, and that's their site and all that, and they're pretty. I just put what I googled right now was double R bar shooting range.
Is it double or is it
double R bar regulators?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shooting range.
Mm-hmm.
Double RBARREGULATORS. So double R, like single R there, bar, BAR, regulators.com.
Yeah. And of course, double R for Roy Rogers because he lived right there.
So that's the easy way to learn.
Thank you.
Of course. And come out second Sunday of the month, and you'll see me and a whole bunch of other folks out there.
Yeah. Good times.
All right.
Okie doke.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you later.
And they also have LVLionsClub.com. So,
okay.
Lucerne Valley LionsClub.com.
Yeah. All right. Oh, man.
Whoa. I mean,
not one Dodger call. I am so surprised.
Well, we got a Padre call that referenced the Dodgers.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Padres. Yeah, nobody likes Padres.
So weird that the two surrounding let's say baseball teams are the Padres and the Angels, but the only holy men in baseball are dead Dodgers. So
yeah, I tell you.
But
I've been a Dodger fan since 1965.
I can't remember when I wasn't a Dodger fan.
Right?
Let's say that.
And for 1,000 years I was a Laker fan, and I found out that when Chick Hearn passed, that I was a Chick Hearn fan because I don't watch the Lakers anymore. I cannot. I don't even understand basketball with all the stuff that they do now. And I couldn't care less. But I was so afraid that the same thing was going to happen when Vin Scully finally retired. And he did. And, man, the first year or two, it was tough. Because I've been listening to the man for more than 50 years.
One of the most recognizable voices in my family.
Yeah, and I mean, Vin Scully, for those of you that don't live in California or haven't been here, was so popular that people literally brought their radios to the game. So that they could listen to Vinny while they watched the game. And they pumped him through the system. Usually they only have the big, now batting, number 4, But with Vin Scully, they just, broadcast him out all over the place. You could hear Vinny everywhere.
He's the oldest, pretty much piece of Dodgers. In Dodgers history, he's the oldest piece from Brooklyn all the way to here.
I think he started in 1950.
Come on, man.
Red Barber was the Dodgers guy then, and Vin took over from him, I think, in 1955. Red Barber retired.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, we have been blessed in L.A. with some, Chick Hearn, Vin Scully, of course, Leon the Motorman.
Yeah, come on, we have legendary voices.
Yeah, the guy that I'm not a hockey guy, but the guy that did the Kings for so long. We've been real lucky out here as far as radio is concerned. And I tell you what, radio in most of the country is just about all but dead. And, they're trying to kick AM radio out of cars.
Completely eliminated.
Yeah, and you know why? Because we tend to be right wing, and they don't want that.
Well, it's because it's the alternate voice. Let's just say that.
It used to be the voice,
yes,
and now we're an alternate voice. How the hell did that happen?
Well, I mean, you know who the media is run by, and we have to make sure that we support these type of establishments that make sure our voices, the voices of the actual people, not the people that they're trying to hire and fire.
Yeah. It's 60. I'll be 65 in August, but I spent all but 2.5 years when I was misplaced in Seattle, but almost my entire life here in Southern California. And I tell you, the things that we've seen over those years, the changes, and this is going to sound awful, but none of them are better.
Nope.
I mean, we always talk about, one of my favorite things to talk about is the helmsman. The helms truck going down your street with the little horn in the truck and bringing out the baked goods and the smell. Oh man, it was literally like heaven in a Chevy van.
Oh, I tell people, and it's kind of like,
there you go.
There it is.
That's my helms truck.
You had a quick up there on right here on any of the streams. You can see Jeff's actual helms truck. But I tell people all the time, and it's kind of a cliche now, but California born, California bred, and when I die, I'm California dead.
Yeah.
So I'm not leaving this place, no matter how much they're trying to get us out of here and get us replaced by whatever type of foreign agents they need.
Yeah.
So we're sticking.
Johnny just sent me a text. It's Lucerne Valley Lions Club, 30200 Del Oro Road. That's DELORO Road, 92356. So there you go. Maybe Kevin, maybe you can put that up. I don't know.
Yeah, but thanks, Johnny, because I screwed it up.
Yeah, Lucerne Valley Lions Club. Just look that up, and
LV Lions Club. Yep. Yeah, I can go ahead and check that out, folks. But yeah, and join, and have some great time. Support the Double R Bar, the world famous.
Thank you,
Double R Bar.
I've seen so many clubs come and go over the years. Cowboy shooting has been suffering it's been about 10 years with a decline in membership because of people either going away, the cost of everything, people passing away. And so people always ask me, why do you talk about cowboy shooting so much? It's because it's the sport I'm involved in the most.
Yeah.
If I was a trap shooter, I'd be talking more about trap, but this is what I do. And so we talk about it a lot. And I'm trying to help the sport to get some legs back under it.
Yeah, because it's generational, and if we instill this fun hobby sport lifestyle into the next generation, we can keep it going.
And you know what, folks, there's nothing wrong with the cowboy way.
Absolutely not.
Cowboys were pretty good guys.
Just as much as they try to demasculate everyone here, let's show a little gumption.
Good enough for John Wayne's good enough for me.
Couldn't say it better myself.
There you go. Well, okay, Mark in Sherman Oaks. We got a Dodger call. All right, Mark, we only got a minute. Go.
Oh, I got you. Hey, I'm just like you, a big Dodger fan. Somebody's got to get up there and kick them, and you know what?
Yes.
Wake them up. Seems like they're like running in mud. And I used to record, Bob Miller's the hockey guy, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
I used to record Chick Hearn, and we were playing golf out at Industry, and we taped the golf game, and we're listening I'm going to tape the golf game. We taped the Laker game, and we were listening to the Dodger game, and it was 2 outs, 3-2, bottom of the ninth, and Ross Porter was talking, and he goes, "Here's the 3-2 pitch. Oh, by the way, the Lakers won."
That sounds about right.
That's it. But yeah, I used to watch. I haven't watched basketball since Chick Hearn because it's just
not the same. Yeah, I mean he would literally learn you the game while the game is going, and Chickisms were
as good as Chick Hearn.
No,
Chick Hearn and Vince Scully.
Yep.
And Bob Miller. Nothing close.
Nothing like a Chickism,
There you go.
He'd say, Marge could have made that. Marge can't go to her left. Of course, Marge was his wife. My ultimate all-time favorite one is he missed that so bad somebody had to leave a window open somewhere.
By the way, I ran into Leon at Millie's finally.
Oh, good. Good deal.
Absolutely fantastic, wonderful guy.
Isn't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so rare that you meet a hero and he's just everything you expected, and that was Leon when I first got to meet him.
Absolute sweetheart.
Yeah,
really.
Couldn't agree more. All right, Mark.
I mentioned your name. I can't tell you on the radio what you said.
That's okay. I'm used to that. All right, Mark. Thanks for the call.
Thank you, Mark.
Have a good one.
Take care.
You too.
Well, we got through another show.
I don't know how we used to cram this into 1 hour, folks.
Right? Okay. Anything, you guys, if you got questions or something, go to gunslingerauctions.com. That's gunslingerauctions.com. And you can find my phone number. Of course, you can call me at either store. You can find me somewhere through there. Next auction, of course, June 7th and 8th.
And next week, again, we're going to have a clip show for Easter. Yep. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter to everybody. Hope you have a good day and be with your family. That's what we're going to do. And don't forget to smile. It's just little curves. That's a lot of things straight. All right. Thank you, Leon. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. All right. Goodbye.
Love you guys.
Goodbye.
God bless you. He is risen.
This program was sponsored by the Gunslinger Shops.
AM 870, The Answer. Searching daily for common ground.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
My name is Santo Riccobono. I'm an attorney with the Wildfire Recovery Group, and we've been handling wildfire cases since 2015. Southern California Edison is a public utility company. We've determined that Edison is responsible for the Eaton fire in Pasadena. If you've suffered damages, you can seek reimbursement for smoke damage, structural damage, loss of your personal property, as well as injuries, both to your body and mentally. We've recovered more than $1.7 billion for our clients in utility-caused wildfire damages. If you're a homeowner or a renter, we may be able to help. The call and consultation are free.
Text JUSTICE to 323232 or visit fireattorneys.com. Your consultation is free and there's no obligation. If we don't recover for you, you pay nothing. That's JUSTICE to 323232. JUSTICE to 323232. Attorney advertising paid for by Ellis Riccobono, LLP, 2625 Townsgate Road, Suite 260, Westlake Village, California, 91361. Past results dependent upon facts of those cases. Future results will differ based upon different facts.
Larry Older here, and I'm excited to tell you about my new movie called Electric Vehicles, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Now, I love my gas-powered car, but I also care about the planet. And so I pose the question, are EVs